locked in. Everybody knows poppin'. Tell a hater hoe to shut up and start the talking. Conversations getting juicy cause I'm the topic. Eat them up, leave no crumbs, got these bitches starving. Young turned lit and I'm put up. On these bitches next to my foot up. Skin smooth, flawless, call me hood, hate the bump.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of the Get Messy with Meg podcast. This is episode 4. I am so proud of myself. I have not been consistent with posting on Instagram, TikTok, and stuff like that. But what counts the most is that I've been consistent getting these episodes out, and that's all that matters. So far I have been able to maintain getting the podcast episodes out and pushing my weekly vlog on my YouTube channel. So I am so proud of myself. I would like to give a special shout out to everyone who has been tuned in since the first episode. Shout out to y'all. I really appreciate all the love and the support. And y'all have been coming, leaving reviews, and y'all been sharing the podcast. So I'm super grateful for that. Also, welcome to all my newbies. So if you're new here, basically we just get on here, we just chit chat about everyday things. I will be 30 this year, so I'll be discussing at some point just navigating your 20s, navigating the last year of your 20s, going into your 30s, relationships, dating, friendships. Once football season rolls back around, we gonna be getting into football, or once it gets after the draft and stuff like that. So we'll be talking about a lot of things on here, but at the end of the day, I just want y'all to know I don't like no mess, okay? So the topics themselves may be messy, but don't get it confused with me being messy. Okay. Well, on today's episode, we are going to be talking about self-love versus self-care and just what it means to implement both in your life, whether you are a man or a woman. So I always talk about self-love and self-care, but I never sat and thought about the difference between the two. So I just kind of been trying to figure out more ways to pour into myself, just really romanticize my life for myself. And so it really took me getting literally on Google, and I'm like, what's the difference between self-love and self-care? I just want to make sure so to start it off, on my Google search, which I took notes, but we're going to start with self-love. So self-love is about having a positive relationship with yourself, while self-care is the practice of taking care of yourself. Self-care can be a way to put self-love into action. So they're two different things, but they go hand in hand. Just some ways of self-love is valuing and having a positive relationship with yourself, being nice to yourself, forgiving yourself, setting healthy boundaries, trusting yourself, being true to yourself, and giving yourself a break from self-judgment. So self-love is more internal. It's more about what you're pouring into yourself and how you are loving yourself. Valuing and having a positive relationship with yourself is very, very key. I feel like going back to kind of previous episodes of choosing to be single, I feel like when people ask me why I'm single, that's really one of the number one reasons. I'm really just trying to have a positive relationship with myself, because how can I expect to have a positive relationship with someone else if I don't even have a positive relationship with myself? I feel like I just need to pour into myself and wholeheartedly be the best version of myself before I can even consider really dating someone. And that goes into giving yourself some forgiveness, grace, and just a break from self-judgment, because life can be hard enough. You don't need to be whooping your own ass. Sometimes you just got to get out of your head. I know it's hard because I overanalyze everything, and I'm an empath, so I be struggling. But you just have to find ways to get out of your head, and that goes into the self-care part, which we're going to get into in just a second. And another thing that is really, really important is setting healthy boundaries. A lot of us struggle so hard setting healthy boundaries, not just boundaries, healthy boundaries. Keyword being healthy. Okay. So especially in the Black community, it's really hard. Me and my friends, we have dabbled on this conversation plenty of times when it comes to like family and friends and people who feel obligated to you. They don't really understand what it means for a person to have boundaries. And even if you have boundaries and you try to set them, they feel like that doesn't apply to them. When it comes to setting your boundaries, you're going to have to be assertive. You're going to have to really stand on business. You're going to have to put them black Air Force Ones on and stand 10 toes. Because at the end of the day, yes, you have a support system. Yes, there are going to be people that may have your back. But at the end of the day, you are all you got. You are all you got outside of God. You are all you got. You got to take care of yourself mentally. I said mentally, physically, and internally. Okay? So make sure we're setting healthy boundaries out here. If you know you don't want to be called before 10 a.m. and you don't want to answer no calls after 8 p.m., guess what? Your boundaries are, I only receive calls between 10 a.m. and 8 p.m. If you do not call between 10 a.m. and 8 p.m., you won't get an answer or a call back until it's between 10 a.m. and 8 p.m. And honestly, I'm one of those people. Please don't call me. Honestly, do not call me unless it is an emergency. And if it's a real life emergency, I'm gonna need you to call 911 before you call me. Okay? I'm real big on that phone stuff. Like, please don't call me, okay? But yeah, just setting those healthy boundaries. Like, a lot of my boundaries do revolve around like time frames. Like, I don't truly have a set time frame of when people can call me, but in my mind, please don't call me before 10 a.m. Don't call me after 8 p.m. because I'm in the bed rubbing my feet together. Don't call me if it's something you can literally text me. Like, respect my boundaries, respect my space. Like, I do not want to be socially tapped out and socially drained. I have to definitely set boundaries when it comes to socializing. But that was just an example. So yeah, self-love is very important. Loving on yourself, romanticizing your life, just taking care of yourself. So going into self-care, a little bit about self-care. Examples is taking care of yourself both physically and emotionally. Activities that promote your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Eating healthy, getting enough sleep, exercising, and spending time with loved ones. Reading a book or practicing mindfulness. Praying or catching lunch with a friend. That's funny, they got praying and getting lunch together. I think that's funny. But when it comes to self-care, I am heavy on it. Do you hear me? I have established a routine, and it pisses me off when I really don't stick to my routine, because it really makes my day feel just so productive and complete, and I don't feel overwhelmed. Like, just doing my routine is what really creates a very productive and great day for me. So when it comes to my forms of self-care, I'm back in my Bible. I read a verse every day, and if I miss a day, I give myself grace, okay? But I try not to miss a day, but I try to read a verse out of the Bible every day. I write in my prayer and gratitude journal. Right now, I have not been drinking my tea, but that's something I do. At first, I started drinking tea in the morning, first thing when I got up, as I'm reading the Bible and doing my prayer journal. But I kind of transitioned to doing it at night as a part of my nighttime routine, and I like it both ways. Now that I'll be working from home, I can kind of play around and see how I really like it. So that'll be changing. But yeah, I drink me some tea, whether it's in the morning or at night. Read my Bible. I write in my journal. I have started back reading. I try to read at least 10 pages a day, and sometimes I definitely read more than that. If anything, I try to read a full chapter a day. Whether it's a short chapter, long chapter, I at least try to get 10 pages out the way, or a chapter. And I try to do that every day. And I just feel like when it goes back into reading, people don't realize how much knowledge you gain from reading, whether it's fiction, nonfiction, whatever you're reading. Like, you're building on your vocabulary. Like, it's refreshing just to see normal sentences formed. Like, you got to think about it. When we on social media, we texting and stuff like that. We use a lot of slang and stuff. It's just nice to read a book and kind of just get back to normal English, okay? Making sure you still got it. I love the smell of a book. I love to sit down and read. It's very comforting. I like the escape from reality, just getting into the book. I create these movies, these scenes in my head, just reading, and that's really my favorite part about reading. Just creating the visuals to go along with the book. I definitely have been eating healthy. I've been trying to prioritize whole foods, vegetables, fruit. I accidentally actually stopped drinking/eating dairy, and I did not try to, and I didn't realize until I tried to eat some ice cream, and yeah, my stomach had a field day. Because I've been drinking oat milk in my protein shakes. So I've been drinking protein shakes with oat milk, and drinking my water, meal prepping, trying to cut out a lot of sweets, alcohol, stuff like that. So just eating better. I've definitely been in the gym. I go to the gym 5 days a week. I do 3 lift days, and I do 2 days Pilates/yoga. It depends on the day. And then I try to get 10K steps every day. Wednesday is my rest day, and Sunday is an active rest day. Wednesday is my wholehearted rest day. And again, I may alter that because of my new work from home schedule. But I'm definitely in my fitness bag. Like, I feel like it's very important to work out, but maintain flexibility, strength, just keep my body moving in some form or shape. Even this weekend, I'll be trying 3 different classes. I'm going to a Legree class. I'm going to one of those aerial fitness classes. And I'm going to, I think, a hot yoga or hot Pilates class this weekend. So just trying new things, trying to see what works best for me. And it's not all about trying to be skinny or anything like that. I just want to be the best, healthiest version of myself. So I'm just trying to, I feel like health is wealth. So I'm just trying to stay healthy. Praying. Let me tell y'all, that right there is a different form of self-care. I talk to God every day, and sometimes it'll be so random. Like, I could be sitting here right now doing this podcast, and in my head I could be like, God, I'm just praying that this podcast just really take off. I know it's gonna take off. I'm hoping that it reaches the right people. It reaches the people who needs to hear the things that I have to say, or wants to hear the things that I have to say, or you know what I'm saying. Like, I can be doing little tasks, little things, and in my mind, I'm still just talking to God and I'm praying. And I definitely try to pray as soon as I wake up. I try to pray before I go to bed. I just pray throughout the day, and just, it's not always about asking Him for anything. It's about thanking Him for the things that He's done, thanking Him for the things that He's put into place, thanking Him for the things that the blessings that I'm expecting in abundance. Like, I pray and I manifest, and that's a type of self-care that's very important. If you don't do nothing else, prayer and manifestation, because I promise you, where I'm at right now and everything that's happened over these past couple of weeks, if I was not praying and putting my faith in God and manifesting, it wouldn't be. I'm just gonna leave it at that. The catching up and having lunch with friends, look, that is my love language. I love to go out to eat. I love hanging with my friends. Like, it ain't even just about lunch. I love, like, going bowling, fun activities. Like, if you see some of my vlogs, me and my friend Jada, we go hiking, we go out to eat, we go out, like, we do different stuff. So I definitely enjoy that. I'm very adventurous now. I didn't used to be as adventurous. Like, all I would do is probably go out to eat, go to the club, and go bowling. But, like, I'm scared of heights, and I decided to go hiking, and that right there was something that was so fulfilling. It opened up a whole can of worms for me to want to do more. So with me moving to Arizona, so if you did not know, I've moved to Arizona. I'm excited for all the adventures that I am going to partake in. We actually have a trip coming up in another part of Arizona that I'm super excited about, and I'm trying some new things. So yeah, I get super excited about trying new things and just getting out there and just, I don't know, I'm just trying to live the best life that I can. Like, God blessed me with this life, so I gotta live it. Like, I don't truly have any more fears for real. I think my worst fear right now is just dying without living. Like, there's so much I want to pour into myself, so much I want to pour into this world, so much I want to pour into this community. Like, it's just so much I want to give, whether it's just love, care, respect, adventure. Like, I got so much to offer to myself and to the people that's around me. Like, I just, again, it all boils down to just being my best self so I can do the things that I want to do for the people around me and the people I come across. So, like, I don't know. I'm just really passionate about life. I'm just really passionate about the journey that I'm on. I'm passionate about all the things that God is putting in my life. Like, I'm super excited. I'm super passionate. I'm just, I'm grateful, okay? I'm beyond grateful. Like, I'm trying not to bust out and start praying and hitting a sermon on y'all. But, yeah, it just all goes back to the self-care and the self-love. Like, I promise y'all, the past couple years have been so rough on me, especially with grieving back to back to back, and my brother being the hardest loss that I ever feel like I am going to go through. Like, I can't even tell y'all how hard I struggled, and sometimes I still struggle. But in order for me to see it through, you know what I had to do? I had to take care of myself. I had to take care of myself so I didn't get stuck. I didn't get stuck. I didn't get dragged down in the darkness. I didn't become depressed. Like, I had to pour everything I had, every little ounce of me, into myself to keep me afloat. So self-love and self-care is very important, but they're definitely two different things. And to sum it up, the benefits of self-love and self-care are improved mental health, enhanced self-esteem and self-worth, increased optimism. And I can definitely stamp that. I am very optimistic. Like, I used to be terrible. I always think about, ooh, what if this happened, what if this happened? I'm not as bad with that now. So I definitely say that is definitely a benefit. Lessen symptoms of anxiety and depression. Amen. Reduce stress, higher resilience, increase productivity, increase happiness, and reduce risk of heart disease, stroke, and cancer. I stamp all of that. I feel like I'm a living testimony of all of that. Stamping that. But yeah, I just wanted to touch base on self-love versus self-care and just making sure we understand the difference, even though they go hand in hand. And I just want to make sure y'all out there pouring into yourselves. Like, love yourself. If you don't love yourself, how y'all expect somebody else to love y'all? If you don't take care of yourself, how you expect somebody else to take care of you? Do treat yourself how you want to be treated, and dating is gonna become so much easier. You're literally gonna attract. You're gonna attract exactly what you are. Cause you know what? I ain't gonna say I treated myself bad, but when they say they attract what you are, it ain't no way I was out here attracting baby daddies, drug dealers, scammers. Cause I ain't none of those things, lying ass, dog ass niggas. Cause I ain't that. But it all just boiled down to how I carried myself and how I presented myself and how I poured into myself. Like, niggas can whip that out. I hate to say it. Like, a man can sense your insecurities, and either a real man ain't gonna want no insecure woman, or a woman that don't love herself, or a man that's looking to manipulate a woman. He gonna sniff that insecurity out. He gonna yank you up and he gonna do your ass in. No shade, no tea. So, pouring into yourself, loving yourself, and the self-care goes so far. It goes so far, I can't even tell you. I can't even hold my hands out enough to tell you. But, so make sure you're taking care of yourself. And you don't have to do all the things that I mentioned that I'm doing. Find the things that you love. Find the things that make you happy. Like, the things that I do for myself, like, I just walk around looking goofy as hell because I got a smile on my face. Like, I'm not even just happy. I'm in a joyous era of my life. Like, if I'm mad, something really made me mad. Like, I don't even get as upset as I used to. Like, them endorphins, baby, I'm telling y'all. Like, find y'all some hobbies. Find some things that you love. Whether you start with your diet, whether you start in the gym, whether you just get outside and take a walk. Find something. Find 2 or 3 things and just pour into yourself. And love yourself. Put yourself first. Love yourself how you want to be loved. Okay? I want to thank you guys for tuning in to today's episode of self-love versus self-care. And again, to all of those who have listened to all 4 episodes, I love you more than words can express. I love you. Thank you so much for all the love and the support. And for all the newbies, make sure you tap in. At the end of the day, for everybody, make sure you're subscribing, liking, commenting, reviewing, sharing. Do all of that, because I ain't asking y'all for no money. This is y'all form of payment. Pay it forward, okay? Make sure somebody else who's out here who needs to hear the things that I got to say, that is getting to them, okay? I can't do this without y'all. I can get on here and talk all day, but it ain't gonna mean nothing if y'all ain't receiving the word. It's just like going to church. I ain't no God, I ain't no preacher. I mean that, but you know. But thank you guys again. I hope you guys have a great week and weekend. Make sure you guys tune in next week. Love you.